Breaking news, a body has been found on Horn Island near where missing 18-year-old Nolan Wells went missing. Search crews like this one you see here in the air have been searching for him for more than 40 hours now. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brandy McGill. Will Polston has been on the scene at a command post in Jackson County all morning as they search, and he now joins us live. Good morning to you, Will.
Hey, good morning, Brandy. We got word here just at about 8:45 that there was a body found on Horn Island, and the officials are now working on bringing that back. Now, as of right now, we do not have an identity of the body that was found, but I can confirm that Nolan Wells' family is here at the Lake Mars boat launch. Now, they've asked us not to show the camera in that direction right now of the family grieving. There is quite a bit of family and friends here from Nolan's family. Like I said, we do not have identity as of right now. Sheriff Ledbetter did confirm that a park ranger ended up finding the body that was found, and the coroner was here earlier and has since left. They left right at about 10 o'clock, just after 10 a.m., waiting on getting official confirmation on the identity, cause of death, and everything else in between. Of course, as we find out more information, we're going to be updating you on our website at WLOX.com. But as of right now, a really somber scene as the family all gathered around, hugging and trying to enjoy each other's company during a somber time. Again, still waiting to find out the official identification of the body found, though. Reporting live in Jackson County, Will Polston, WLOX News Now.
Well, thank you so much for that. So Nolan Wells, he's also a football player at Southwest Mississippi Community College, SMCC, also putting out a statement asking their community to pray for his return.
Story we're continuing to follow. The family of Nolan Wells has now taken to social media confirming his death. That is our top story today here on the 4 o'clock show. I'm Hugh Keaton.
And I'm Jennifer Laud. The 18-year-old went missing on Independence Day around 3 in the afternoon at Horn Island. Wells went to the island with a group of friends to celebrate the holiday. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter says his department received a call from Wells' mother late Saturday evening saying he never came home. The search for Nolan began again this morning with state and local officials. Sheriff Ledbetter shares the details of when the body was found.
About 8:45 is when I was first notified that there had been a body found on the west tip of Horn Island, and that the body matched the description of our missing teenager. The U.S. Park Service, and they are the ones that initially located the body on the island.
Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lynn says an autopsy is expected tomorrow. This is still an active investigation.
Yo, it's your boy Schoolie. Welcome back to another episode of NBH TV, Natural Born Hustlers TV. And today, I wanted to bring this to y'all attention, man. RIP Nolan Xavier Wells. This young brother basically went out with 3 of his white friends. He was the only black boy there, sad to say. But he went basically missing. They say he went to go and see a girl, and he came up missing, and they just found his body after an altercation happened between him and the 3 white boys. And I hate this whole race thing and how they always remind us that we ain't nothing but niggas. And it's sad, man, because why we can't just live and be equal and just all just live amongst each other and be happy. But I got some more videos for y'all to check out. Stay tuned. See you soon. Let's go.
Secret Service Sam here, and this Nolan Xavier Wells case is just not sitting well with anybody. Especially people in the black community are not trusting what happened. They're not believing that this was some type of accident. He was allegedly going to see a girl, and so I guess a guy named Warren, one of the friends, left him behind. He went on another boat. There is video circulating online that almost shows that there was some type of potential altercation or fight that took place. Then it turns out one of the kids who made it back safely, their parent is a judge, and all the kids are lawyered up. Why would you be so lawyered up so quickly if there was nothing that you did wrong? Now, this is reminding a lot of people of Tamla Horsford, who died on November 4th, 2018 in Cummings, Georgia. She's a black mother of 5. She attended an adult sleepover with mostly white female friends. The next morning, she was found dead in the backyard. Official investigations by the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation concluded her death was accidental as a fall from a backyard deck. How do you just fall from a backyard deck? Authorities cited severe intoxication, with her autopsy revealing a blood alcohol level of 0.238. Anyway, her family and community advocates heavily disputed the official findings, citing timeline discrepancies, the presence of unexplained injuries, and concerns over how the crime scene was handled. Now, this happened in Mississippi. That case happened in Forsyth County, which has a lot of racist history. We need this to be transparent. This continues to happen in the Black community, where what are the chances that every time it's a group of all white people and like one friend, why it's like a horror movie where the Black person has to die first. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. People are not going to let this sit at all. And when you have Cyrus Carmack Belton, then you have Carmelo Anthony, then you have to understand how painful this is to the community, that continually they're taken advantage of. And then when they claim something like this is racially motivated or whatnot, they're called victims, or they're saying, oh, you're just searching for something. Why are the boys lawyering up? Why did the boys have the kid's cell phone? Why did he have Nolan's cell phone and give it to the mother? You know how and all of us are with our phones. They are glued to our hip. How did the phone make it back, but he didn't? Something is suspect here. This is Mississippi. We've all seen Mississippi burning. We need justice for Nolan. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world.
And this guy's completely right, man. And it's crazy that it's coming from a white guy, so I know I'm not tripping. And anytime white people can see the BS that's happening, you not tripping, man. There ain't no way that this man didn't make it back, but his phone made it back. He was going to see a girl, so he got off the boat and got on the, like, what are we talking about, man? If we come together, we lead together, man. This is a weird situation, and Black people can sometimes run the victim Olympics and be, yeah, it's just, but this not no blackity black stuff, man. It's happening right in our face. They literally Clyde Davidson us, man. It's happening right in our face, and the moment we say something about it, we cram for victim. And it's not victim, but like, come on, this don't make no sense, man. RP to this young man. His mother tore up a young lady, and it's crazy because you think that you do good, move your kid out the hood, or if you weren't even never in the hood, move your kid to a nice suburb, he get white friends, and you know, they're the happy American dream. But all the time, if it ain't no Black people there, then I'm starting to think that you shouldn't be there, man. You need somebody of your kind there. And I'm not racist at all, but this is ridiculous. It's getting out of hand, but let's keep going. Pissing me off.
First thing I'm going to say is I would never leave without the full head count of my friends. That is rule number one. We don't get off no damn island. We don't get onto no boat. We don't do nothing until we have every last person that we came with all in one place. You mean to tell me that no one took account for Nolan Xavier Wells before y'all got back on that boat to go back to the main island? Something's not adding up. 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells was last seen on July 4th with his friends on Horn Island outside of Jackson, Mississippi. He was last seen in blue shorts, sunglasses, and that's it. Nolan's parents are looking for him nonstop. They just want to find their son. Now, the U.S. Coast Guard and the Cajun Navy are looking for Nolan. The Cajun Navy commander said that he was last seen with a teen before he disappeared. They found his phone, but they did not find him. And if this is his friend group, I'm not going to lie. I don't have that much faith in finding this boy alive. Because like I said before, there's no way in hell I would hop on a boat to go home and not all of my friends are accounted for. Y'all didn't give a fuck about him whatsoever. And there's somebody out there that was part of that friend group that knows what the fuck happened. But everybody's locking the fuck up. Now, I'm trying to keep the faith that this boy's just sitting there lost on this island and, you know, he some shit. But 9 times out of 10, we already know how this shit goes. Especially with a friend group like that. My prayers go out to Nolan's mother and father and his family and friends. I hope I come with a better update. A body has been found at Horn Island. This is the update I did not want to give, but we kind of already was coming. Although they have not identified it as Nolan Xavier Wells, who else can it be? Some more information that I found out that Nolan walked off with a girl. Where is this girl? What is her name? What has she said? Second, it's kind of funny how Nolan left his phone. No teenager leaves their phone. No teenager, because they like to document everything. So how was his phone left? Second, this woman said that a girl put a message talking about these boys in this picture are no good. They needed to be investigated. She goes to school with them, or she went to school with them. Another girl that was at Horn Island said these boys were partying in the pool at 7 o'clock. Nolan went missing at 3. You mean to tell me you didn't know there was a black speck missing out the group? Nobody was searching for him at 7 o'clock. Yeah, shit's not up. No, my mom always had a rule. If ain't no black folks going, you ain't going either. Because we can never trust them to look out for us. I'm not blaming anybody for this shit, but things are not looking right. Once again, my prayers go out to the family and the friends of Nolan Xavier Wells. I'm waiting on the identification.
So the same thing that happened to Nolan Wells.
Yeah, man, this is a pretty messed up situation when you think about it. This family, you can tell a black family doing well, mom and nurse. I don't know what the daddy do, but you can tell that they just trying to live the American dream, man. And a lot of time us black people think that when we get away from the black people, when we get away from the hood, that we made it. Truthfully so, and it should feel like that because it's a lot coming out of the black community just within itself, you know what I'm saying? Willie Lynch type of mindset and how black people don't really lift each other up, which is sad. But this family actually made it out. I don't even know if they was in the hood. Let me stop saying made it out. But they finally doing well for themselves, raised a nice son, young, handsome man. And now the boy just ended up dead. It's messed up, man. But I had a couple more videos for y'all. Stay tuned. See you soon. Let's go.
Almost happened to me. I think I was like 22 years old working at Texas Roadhouse. You know what I mean? Young. Silly. Forgot a couple of the things that my granddaddy told me when I was growing up. But at any rate, every year the employees and managers, they would this little resort. It wasn't really a resort, it was in the country, and they would take a couple of canoes, some ice chest of beer, and they're smoking, you know what I mean, and I'm like a good time. And mind you, I could swim. Been swimming since, I don't know, maybe was 4 years old when I jumped in the pool for the first time. But at that point in time, I thought these people were my friends. Another lesson my grandparents taught me when I was younger is that you don't have any friends. You know what I mean? You really do not. Like, my siblings were always my friends, and I learned that. At any rate, I signed up to go on this, with these people. And, first it was, the water kind of shallow, 6 or 7 canoes out there, music, people having a good time. And, I'm not used to that and not having a good time. But usually when me and my people, my kinfolk get together and play music that loud and it was as rambunctious as they were, and the whole time I'm looking around like, when I'm showing up, we smoking weed out loud and everything. So mind you, after a while I got comfortable into it, loosen up. But I'm on edge, for reasons. And so the trip continued. And at one point in time, they let okay, so we're going to get up on the bank right here, and then we're going to go see the waterfall. So I'm like, oh, okay, so what we going to do at the waterfall? You know what I mean? Because I'm vibing, but at the same time, I'm not stupid. And they was like, look at the, sit the fire, or drink some more. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we get a little spot where we pull up the canoes, we anchor them off and whatnot, and then they tell us, okay, so this little piece of water right here, we got to swim across that to get to the waterfall. I hate when people add extras to a plan. You know what I mean? Think into a lot of things, and I got a plan. So I'm still watching everybody dive in this water, across. You know what I mean? And I hadn't jumped in yet because I'm still leery. And I don't know what it was, but it was holding me back. But so I'm the last person. Everybody, come on, let's go. So I jump in, and I get almost halfway through over that water to the other side. And then I realize that I'm swimming rather hard and ain't moving nowhere. Long story short, nobody told me that there was a strong current at this spot and you needed to be prepared. At this point, I'm smoking and drinking. So I couldn't understand. Mind, just get back to the story. So I get halfway through the water and I realize that, and I'm losing my strength slowly but surely. And at this point in time, I am calling out for help. No music is playing at this time. You know what I mean? None. Yeah, everybody was, excited. You could clearly hear me out there in the woods. It's still daylight. So I am screaming that I can't make it. Somebody please help me. They turn around, several of them look at me, say, you can do it, come on, let's go. And they continue to walk off. At this point in time, I have already said my prayers and have already decided that I'm going to meet my maker. I scream one more time, I am going to drown, and I went down. I don't know who, can't remember who it was and what made them decide to change their mind and come back, but one person jumped in that water, grabbed me, pulled me up onto the bank, and mind you, they didn't do anything else after that and continued on their way. So I said all of this to say that I have Caucasian friends, you know what I mean? And I ain't saying friends. I have Caucasian people that I love and care about. You know what I mean? Because that's what God said. But I will be honest with you. It is a lesson that the elders taught us as young black children. The same lesson that I'm sure you're telling all your children now. Do not be the only one. And it really doesn't matter how people feel about that, because the concern is preservation of life. So for some reason, God saw fit to not allow me to lose my life that day. And for some reason, God called Nolan home. So I will say that despite what anybody feels about how you feel about the situation, please have that conversation with your children. And that's all I'm gonna say. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells, and to his entire family.
In light of this Nolan Xavier story, I really want to tell a story.
Wow. Now that's a story for you, man. And that's the one thing that I do enjoy about TikTok. Everybody have a story. And if we all use these stories to enlighten each other, we can all get some type of response from it. This is a heartbreaking story, and not all white people is bad, and not all white people is mean and just want to see black people die. But situations like that, it's just like the older kids picking on the younger kids and just daring you to do different stuff. And if you hurt yourself, oh well, and we really don't care because we feel like you're not good enough to be with us anyways. Not saying that that's the whole Nolan situation, but just in general, you know how you on a younger generation or a different race. Let's be honest, like, it's just a sad story, man. And I got this last story for y'all, so stay tuned. See you soon, and let's see what come out of this. But I hope we all get some type of knowledge out of this situation. I'm always about what you learn from the situation, and this is one of those situations where it was pretty tough, man. But it's your boy Schoolie. Stay tuned. See you soon. Let's go.
This is for black parents or parents of color who have children in all white spaces. I'm from Michigan, right? And there's this beach everybody goes to. It's called Grand Haven. I probably was 17. There's this thing that Peach people do, right? Racial baiting, racial peer pressure. They will try to peer pressure your children into doing something that is dangerous to them or could potentially harm them. And it will be for their enjoyment. So there's these 3 or 4 black boys. I can't remember the exact number. And then there's these 2, peach girl, peach boy, right? They jumping off the pier, right? These people have boats. These people have been swimming all their lives. Like, it's nothing for them. They've done this plenty of times, I promise you. Me and my best friend, we're just sitting over the pier and we see the black boys, right? And they start talking to them. They're just having a normal conversation, and then all of a sudden they're telling them, hey, jump in, jump in. We instantly can tell this is a problem. The black boys are making statements clearly, insinuating that they swim. Nah, bro, I ain't jumping in there. That's crazy. How deep is the water? This peach girl and peach boy are saying anything to get them to listen. They're calling him scary and saying, oh, y'all are scared. It is not that deep. Oh, this is easy, and it's easy for them. And they know it's not easy for these boys. They know there's a potential that something very bad could happen, but they don't care because they want to see if they're going to jump in. At one point, the peach girl says, I will show you my breasts if you jump in. Me and my friend, We turned to them. We said, y'all better not jump in. Y'all better not jump in. Do they listen? Of course not, because the little girl is shaking her yitties. 2 boys jump in. Do you think they did anything when these boys was fighting for their life? Do you think? They mamas don't even know. They could have almost lost their child that day. Peach girl, Peach boy was just cracking up, laughing. Mind you, they can swim. Me and my best friend, we started looking for a little buoy or something that we could throw out there. Like, we were scared. It ended up catching hold of the little dock or whatever, and they had to learn a harsh lesson. That's that. But the whole point of the story is just to tell you that things like that happen all the time with them. They even do it to each other. I'm telling you this not to say that it's all white people, not to say that they're all bad, but I just want you to know that you need to protect your children. You need to protect them because they do not understand. And if you didn't grow up with a mama like mine, they will succumb to that type of peer pressure. You have to stop letting y'all children live in a state of delusion. You have to let them know the real.
And I totally agree with this young lady. It's definitely real out here in the field, and you have to have some type of wits. And we all get finessed in a way, you know, but it's learning from those situations. And unfortunately, Nolan died from it. We really don't know. And it be the cases like this that I be like, damn, what really happened? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what really happened? And I just hope something happened as far as justice for these young boys. It's crazy that one of the boys' father is a judge. It's just a bad situation overall. But it's your boy Schoolie. I appreciate you. What's up? And man, if you feel like it, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you feel about this whole situation. If you don't, I understand. But it's your boy Schoolie, and again, my friend, let's go.